Alright gang, Pounding Rocks checking in again, and I guess this would be part 3.5 of the daily driving Burgundy truck. And we now have the head off. I took the head off complete with the manifold. Gives me a lot more room to work and investigate what's going on here. And here's what I found. It's not a head gasket. Well, it is a head gasket, but it's not what I thought it was. It's definitely not burning coolant. It never burned coolant. It was always going into the oil pan. So I showed you in the previous video how terrible the driver's side, slack side timing chain guide was in terms of condition, and how the chain has started to cut into the front timing cover itself. So my next move is to probably remove all the front accessory drive, take the distributor out and everything. Everything's marked and everything's at top dead center right now, so I can go ahead and tear this down to almost next to nothing. But what I see immediately as soon as I lifted the head gasket off of the block is that back of this back corner it's been leaking coolant. So obviously it's been coming out of this and going into the oil galley, and that's how it's also been losing coolant, is that this corner blew out. And I noticed that the back two bolts here were not as tight as the other ones. So whoever was doing this has had a head gasket done on it before. Whoever did it didn't do a very top job on it, and so I was not very pleased. And we got a piece of something in here. Let's see what's going on. We got a piece of something in cylinder number 3, and that's like, well, I'll be dipped. I have no idea. I think that's recent. Maybe it's something I knocked off when I was taking the thing out, because it's wet. So it definitely was not inside the cylinder. So that's a piece of something. I don't know. Well, anyways, so that's 4. You can see the marks where when I lifted the cylinder head up, I kind of shifted it forward, so everything's got kind of a mark on it a little bit. I'm not reusing that cylinder head, I don't think. I think I'm going to go with the other head that I have sitting in the barn. I'll show you guys that here in a half second. But the rest of this looks okay. I don't see anything terrible. Obviously when I do the timing chain, I'm going to drop the pan and see what's inside the pan and clean that out. So that'll be something I probably want to get done sooner rather than later, just because it'll be a pain in the ass to do it in the barn. Because it'll be on a dirt floor and I don't want to really climb underneath it unless I can lift the truck up and use my hoist to get it up on ramps or something. But I think getting it up on the ramps is going to be kind of a wishful thinking here. So I'm probably going to drain the pan while I'm here, and then maybe I can jack it up inside the barn and get it lifted onto something. But yeah, it's every waterway has red in it. This is what you get when you use regular water and not distilled water when you put coolant in it. And what you see here is the chocolate milk that, and it's not really on the manifold. I spilled chocolate milk, but you can see chocolate milk all throughout this whole thing. So it's not happy. It definitely was not happy. I don't know. I cut some hoses to get this thing out in a hurry, but you can see, you know, a good shot of the intake manifold side of the engine with the manifold removed, so you can see what looks like underneath there. This is kind of as far as I wanted to go today. I don't really have a new head gasket to slap on this thing and run it, so I will be doing some parts procurement for the next few here. Figure it out and see if we can slap this bad boy back together. It just looks like it was a pretty rubbish head gasket job that they did, because one other thing I noticed was that all the bolts on the exhaust side, all the head bolts on the exhaust side, had 3 out of the 4 were missing the washer that they need to torque down. So like whoever did this was missing parts, lost parts, who knows what the hell they were doing. But Yeah, it wasn't done to the best of their ability. I'm sure that they took it someplace and was like, do it cheap, and then that's what you get when you take it someplace and do it cheap. Yeah, so stay tuned. I'm gonna keep digging into this thing and see how far I gotta go. I mean, I don't necessarily have to take the pan off, but I like to fish around in the pan and see what's down in there. Also because I was hearing other noises come from this block when it was hot. When it was starting to overheat, I was hearing all kinds of like clicks and clacks, and it might be that the oil was just getting too thin as a result of you know, just heating up or was breaking down. This thing did get pretty skyrocketing hot, but you know, who knows what's going on with this thing for real. It's got 240,000 miles on it, so this puppy might be done too. You never know. So I would like to see how far I got to go with it and make decisions before I put it in the barn, because once I put it in the barn, it's going to be a pain in the butt to get underneath if I have to do anything underneath, like pull the transmission bolts or whatever to get this thing out, or even pull the engine and tranny out as a whole unit. That'll be a pain in the ass too. So anyways, like, share, and subscribe. As I said, well, I didn't even preface this. This is a KA24E engine out of a truck. It's a 1991. And it's got 240,000 miles on it. This is part of the series that it's my daily driver series. Once again, check out all my other videos. There's like a couple hundred other videos that I have uploaded, and you know, ranging from 95 autocross, rallycross, rebuilding their truck using junkyard parts, and a supercharged Nissan Pathfinder with an Xterra supercharged engine in it with a body swap. Those are all available on this channel for you guys to check out. Alright, let me know down below what you think. I'm going to keep tootling. Take care now. See you.